Hello there, cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. While most of the time your cat is an amazing companion who brings comfort, entertainment, and affection into your life, there are always those occasional moments where unwanted behaviors start to appear. Whether that means scratching up your furniture, jumping on your countertops, biting during play, or doing something that drives you just a little bit crazy. And as much as we love our cats, there are moments when it becomes important to tell them no. But the real question is, how do you tell your cat no in a way that they actually understand and respond to without damaging your relationship with them or causing fear and stress? That is exactly what we are going to explain in this video. So if you enjoy this type of content and want to learn more about understanding your cat and improving your relationship with them, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more helpful and educational cat videos. Now let's get into how to properly tell your cat not to do something and also go over some common training mistakes that many cat owners make without even realizing it. When trying to correct your cat's behavior, it is important to understand one key thing right from the start, which is that your cat does not automatically understand the word no the way humans do. We cannot directly communicate with our cats using language, so a lot of what we try to express gets lost in translation. And while it may seem obvious to us what no means, your cat is not born knowing what that word represents. However, cats are actually very intelligent animals, and they have an impressive ability to understand human body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and emotional signals. In fact, a study published in the National Library of Medicine found that cats use both visual and auditory cues to recognize different emotional states in their humans. And the same study also showed that cats adjust their behavior based on the emotional signals they detect. This means your cat is constantly reading your tone, your posture, your facial expressions, and the volume of your voice, and then making assumptions about how you are feeling and reacting accordingly. So while your cat does not understand the literal meaning of the word no, they absolutely can recognize when you are upset, annoyed, or displeased with their behavior. And over time, they can learn to associate certain sounds, tones, and reactions with specific actions. This means your cat can learn what no means, but only if you teach it in a way that makes sense to them. The most important thing when teaching your cat the meaning of no is consistency. Because if you say no in a playful tone one time and in a serious tone the next time, your cat will not understand that those two sounds are supposed to mean the same thing. You need to use a firm, calm, and assertive tone every single time, without yelling, without scaring them, and without acting aggressively, because harsh reactions will only teach your cat to associate you with fear and anxiety rather than learning. While saying no, you should also gently and physically interrupt the behavior, meaning if your cat is scratching the table, you calmly say no and move them away from the object. Or if they are on the counter, you say no and place them back on the floor. Over time, your cat begins to associate that tone, that word, and that physical redirection with the idea that the behavior should stop. When correcting bad behavior, patience is absolutely essential, because cats do not learn instantly and they are not trying to intentionally upset you or be disobedient. Most of the time, they are simply following their natural instincts, and they have no concept of good or bad the way humans do. Your job is not to punish them, but to guide them toward better alternatives and teach them boundaries in a way that still makes them feel safe and understood. One of the most common frustrating behaviors is scratching furniture. And while it can be expensive and annoying, it is important to understand that scratching is a completely natural and necessary behavior for cats. Scratching helps maintain their claws, allows them to stretch their muscles, releases built-up energy, and also lets them mark territory through scent glands in their paws. This means your goal should not be to stop scratching entirely, but to redirect it to appropriate surfaces. To do this effectively, you should provide multiple scratching posts or boards around your home, especially near the areas your cat already likes to scratch, and then use positive reinforcement by rewarding your cat with treats, praise, or affection when they use the scratching post instead of your furniture. Over time, your cat learns that scratching the post feels just as good and comes with rewards, while scratching furniture gets interrupted. Another common issue is cats jumping on countertops, which happens because cats naturally love high places where they can observe their environment and feel safe. This behavior is not about being disobedient, it is simply instinct. The best solution is to provide alternative high spaces like cat trees, wall shelves, or climbing towers, and then consistently redirect your cat to those areas while rewarding them for using them. In many cases, cats also jump on counters because they are drawn to running water from faucets, since in nature, running water is safer to drink than still water. If your cat is constantly hanging around the sink, getting them a pet water fountain can significantly reduce this behavior while also encouraging better hydration. Love bites are another behavior that many cat owners struggle with, especially with kittens or playful cats. These bites are not usually meant to be aggressive, but they can still hurt and become a problem if not addressed. The best way to handle this is to redirect your cat's energy toward toys, especially interactive toys like feather wands or string toys that create distance between your hands and their teeth. If your cat bites during play, the most effective response is to immediately say, "Ow," and walk away, ending the interaction. This teaches your cat that biting causes playtime to stop, which is a natural consequence that they can understand. If biting becomes more frequent or aggressive, consulting a professional animal behaviorist is strongly recommended. One of the biggest mistakes cat owners make is using punishment, because punishment does not teach cats anything meaningful and often damages trust. Cats do not understand punishment the way humans do, and instead of connecting it to their behavior, they simply learn to fear you or become more anxious. Yelling, hitting, or aggressive reactions will never improve behavior and will only make things worse in the long run. Another common mistake is giving up too quickly, because behavior change takes repetition, consistency, and time. Your cat will not understand new boundaries after 1 or 2 corrections, and expecting instant results leads to frustration and failure. Training your cat is a process, not an event, and the more consistent you are, the faster your cat will learn. With patience, positive reinforcement, and proper redirection, you can absolutely teach your cat boundaries while still maintaining a loving and trusting relationship that makes both of you happier in the long run.